And to stay up to date, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. Hi everyone, Ira Miller here with ERA Grizzard Real Estate, the Village's expert. I'm coming to you today from one of the many roundabouts that are here in the Villages. And I know I've already done one video about how to drive in the Villages, but I really thought that it just deserved a second look. In this video, I am going to go ahead and take the drone up, and then we're going to kind of narrate how to navigate these roundabouts here in the Villages. I've seen many accidents from people who just didn't know how to navigate these roundabouts, or really what the rules are, and really, how it should be done correctly, and to keep yourself safe. All right, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of do a little narration from the ground, and then we're going to go up in the drone, and I'm going to give you a look from above, and I'm going to do my best to try to give you some graphics as to what to do and what not to do, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get this video started, and let's show you what you should or should not do from the ground level. Okay, so first things first, coming out of a neighborhood, you see on the ground you have different arrows. So keep an eye on the arrows. One arrow is going straight. Another arrow says to the right only. All right, so that means you are only to go around the roundabout, and you are not to cut over into the inner lane here. Okay, just like that lady did. Wrong. So let's sit here a little bit and see how kind of people do. All right, so that person in the black car did it right. That guy there did it correctly. All right, so he came from the only and continued on around. What you'll notice is a solid white line. All right, if there are two cars coming together on the roundabout, the person on the inner lane has the right of way to either go left or go like that red car did and just follow on around in the traffic pattern. The person on the outer lane cannot cross that white line if there is a car to their left. I've seen many people try to cut over and cause an accident. You will be at fault if you do that. Okay? So, you see how all these people are doing it? That is correct. Also, make sure you use your turn signal. If you're on this inner lane, you see how that gentleman is using his turn signal to go around? That lets oncoming traffic know that you are attempting to turn left around the roundabout. All right, that gives them common courtesy that you are turning left, and then that they are to wait because they do have a yield sign. They have two yield signs. There's one there, and there's one right there. So be courteous, use your turn signals around these, and make sure that the oncoming traffic knows which way you're going. If you are not turning left and continuing around the roundabout, give it a right turn signal. Let them know you're not going into the roundabout or continuing around the roundabout. Give it a right turn signal. Let them know you're going right rather than left. Okay? Again, only common courtesy. All right, so I'm giving you a little different angle. These are the people that are coming around the roundabout. Now, if you are coming this way and you want to go into Piedmont, for example, again, watch your lines in the road. If you have somebody there coming around, you cannot come through this lane and cut in front of that person in the outside lane. If you cause an accident, you will be held responsible. So once again, make sure you watch these white lines and how you are able to cross and not cross, okay? We'll see if we can kind of stand here and see how that person, now if that little red car had continued around, that white car would have had to have waited. And again, that guy there crossed over, but there was nobody in that lane, so he didn't have to worry. He could just continue right on across. But just be careful and watch your traffic. All right, so once again, I'm giving you a little different view from the roundabout. So they came across, he came on into the inside. He was kind of back and forth, which you can do if there's nobody in next to you. Now there's a little mini coming around. Let's see what he does. Okay, so he continues and he has the right of way. If that blue car or white car wanted to come across, they would have had to have waited from the outside lane. So in my opinion, the inside lane is the safest lane because you can go either on around the roundabout or you can continue. However, the way I drive these, and a lot of people may not have seen this video, if there's somebody next to me and I'm in the inside lane and I'm gonna go around to the right, I'm gonna watch that person's eyes. I'm gonna watch that person's wheels. All right, so I'm looking at the steering wheel to see which way it looks like they're gonna go. If they're gonna, a lot of people will think that they can cross right over that whether it's solid or whether it's dashed, they think that they can come across that and they cannot. So again, I'm very defensive and I watch their wheels and I watch to make sure they are going to continue around so I don't get in an accident. And that's how I suggest you do it. If you are in the inside lane, you have an outside car in that lane, don't assume they're going to keep going around to the right. I always assume there's a good possibility they're going to try to come left and come across. So for some reason, I have no idea why some people think that they have the right of way on the outside lane and they do not. Okay, so there's this person and she's doing, now if she would have been courteous, she would have given a left turn signal and all those vehicles would have known her intentions. All right, so let me go ahead and go on and fly the drone, and we'll give you a little better idea from up above. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with the drone video, and we are flying over the Piedmont Gate, and we're actually looking east in this drone video. Now we're gonna go ahead and fly over the roundabout, and we're going to take a look from above. And so here we are, and we're actually looking at the Springdale Gate there up at the top of the screen. Okay? All right, so let's watch the traffic, and as the traffic navigates around the roundabout, these guys are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They're following the traffic circle and they're following all the lines, and they're not impeding each other as they go through. On the bottom of our screen, you can see the person who is yielding to the traffic coming into this roundabout. and that white car sees that it's clear, and they kind of come around, and you can just look at the arrows. Now, from high above, the arrows make a lot of sense. They might not make so much sense when you're down there driving, but the arrows actually tell you how you can drive these roundabouts. So there's a white car there down in the roundabout at the bottom, coming through, following it around. If there was a car to the right, that car to the right could not go into that intersection with that white car there if that was the situation. All right, so as we continue to watch the traffic, you see a lot of the people on the outside of the circle. And then here comes a truck with a trailer coming in, down and around. So now you can see how the flow of traffic all works, and it should work. Now, that one car at the bottom that just came across those dotted lines, and the other car coming into the intersection, possibly that could have been a situation if that other car was a little bit further along, coming out of the yield section. So there you go. You have a good idea of how the traffic needs to flow in these roundabouts. So I hope this gives you a good idea of how the traffic looks from above, and how the lines in the road work to lead you through these roundabouts, and the arrows as well. Okay, and so this is just in case you want to see how it's done from a vehicle level. Let's do this. So we're in the outside lane. The arrows tell us either straight. We have to make sure there's nobody to our left. Then we can cross over the double yellow lines. But we want to use our turn signals to let everybody know we're going on around to the right. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and make a U-turn up here, and we'll do it in the opposite way. So we have a little bit of construction traffic. Now I'm going to get in the left lane, use my turn signal. I'm in the left lane now. And I yield. I get no turn signals. There's one guy in the blue car. Good for him, giving us a turn signal. Now, if I want to go right, I make a turn signal to the right, and that's how it's done. Now, I did notice one thing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a U-turn around here, because what I did notice was one of the, so I have cars to the left of me. I have to watch those cars to the left. There's another one behind him. So I'm going to use my turn signal, let them know that I'm going to the left so they don't follow in front of me. And I'm going to go ahead and get in the middle lane, or I'm sorry, the inside lane. Now, one thing, what I did notice was this gives you the right-of-way of crossing over, and if the car to the right were to hit you, he would be at fault for not stopping while you made your turn. And this is into the Glenbrook Country Club roundabout. So this is one of the rare instances that I've seen where the lane on the inside has the right-of-way to make a right.